Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk you through this simple interest problem. I'm going to start by giving you the two basic formulas we're going to use consistently. One is interest is equal to present value times rate times time. The rate always needs to be a decimal. Time is going to be in years. And the interest rate, the I, is the amount of money you have earned. So when you put money in the bank today, you're going to have some interest that you earn and you'll get money in the future. So the other thing we need to know is that the future value, the money you end up with at the end, if you subtract the present value, the amount you start with, the difference between what you started with and the reason it grew is because you got interest. So when you take the future value and subtract the present value, that's how you find out how much interest you got. You could also add the P to both sides and say, well, the future value is equal to the present value plus interest. And the interest, capital I, is always a dollar amount. So in this problem, we know the future value. So future value, we know the interest rate, and we know the time. The interest rate needs to be a decimal. To convert a percent to a decimal, we divide it by 100. You can plug it into your calculator, or you can do it in your head. So in this case, our interest rate is going to be 0.038. So we don't know the present value, but we do know everything else. So I'm going to use this equation here. And because both of these equations have the interest, the capital I, I'm going to replace this I with the future value minus the present value, because I is I. And so since we know the future value is 2,900, I'm going to subtract off the P because that's what the formula says. I'm going to replace R with our interest rate as a decimal. And I'm going to replace time with 3. So now we have 2,900 minus P is equal to P times, and I'm going to plug this into my calculator. I like Desmos. This is what it looks like when you open it up. You click on the graphing calculator. You can click on this keyboard or use your keyboard. And I'm going to take 0.038 and multiply that by 3. And just, this isn't necessary now, but if you click on this, it changes the decimal to a percent. Don't need it now, but just a nice thing to know for later on. So that is 0.114. I'm going to rewrite this as 0.114p. The reason I can switch it is with multiplication, order doesn't matter. 2 times 3 is 3 times 2. You can swap it around. 10 times 20 is 20 times 10. So p times 0.114 is 0.114 times p. I'm going to add p to both sides. The reason I'm adding is we want opposite operations. This is a subtraction, so I'm going to add it. Anything when you add a negative to it is 0. So negative p plus p is 0. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And so that's going to make this go away. So we just get 29 by itself, and then we get 0.114p plus p. And to help me with this, this is really just 1p. And so I can add these together because they both have p. It's like saying I have $0.114 and $1, or 0.114 yen and 1 yen. So I can rewrite it as 1.114p equals 2,900. We have one last step. We want to find p all by itself. So we're going to use opposite operations again. Right here I have 1.114 times p. The opposite operation is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 0.114. 1.114. Go to your calculator and type in 2,900 and divide it by 1.114. And now we can finish off the problem. And that tells us that 2,603.23. I'm going to round to the nearest penny. The decimal after the 3 is a 1, so I'm just going to keep it at a 3. Not nearest penny, 2 decimals. I'm going to round it to 2 decimals. And so that means, no, P is money. So that means we started with $2,603.23, and we ended with $2,900. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.